Greetings. Welcome to the Red Road East. I'm your host, Fierce Truth Seeker. And today we're going to have an interesting guest. And when we come back from the break, we'll dialogue with an urban Shoshone. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Greetings, OCO. So today we have the pleasure of being entertained by a guest and longtime friend. His name is Manatazach Mayam. Manatazach.
Hey.
How are you?
Greetings. Shalom.
Greetings.
Peace and blessing.
Likewise. Okay. It's good to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I've been trying to get you on the show for a while now.
Yeah, I came out here to see these beautiful people.
Yeah. So, today we're just gonna have a little dialogue, a little powwow, between us. Pretty natural,
Pretty good.
And so, the reason for this show is because I've known you for a while, and some things that I didn't know about you, because this show is the Red Road East, and it's an indigenous TV program.
I do manage to keep a low profile somehow.
But I didn't know, I knew about, you and, the things that you do with your priestly work and stuff like that. But what I didn't know about you was that you are of Shoshone and Cherokee heritage.
That's right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess first we'll start off talking about where you're from. Where were you born?
Okay. My birthplace was in Long Island City Hospital in Queens. I'm a native New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I lived in Manhattan most of my life. I also lived in the Bronx, And
that I never knew. I never knew you lived
there.
there.
I lived in Creston Avenue for a while, on 83rd Street in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
For about 4 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so
now I live in Spanish Harlem.
Now you live in Spanish Harlem. Yeah. So how long have you been there?
Oh, now I've been there for since since 1990.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there a while.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
You're practically a Harlemite.
I love it. Yeah, I love the place where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. Now, for the viewers, this gentleman is multi-talented. He's a jack of all trades, and he's also one of my martial arts instructors. He's very good with that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I had a very good instructor, Professor Ernest Hyman, actually Dr. Ernest Hyman, because he was a 10th degree red belt, one of the few good ones that came all the way back for many years. And Dr. Hyman, he taught me since I was like 11. Mm-hmm.
It's a long time.
I'll tell you about that.
Yeah. We'll get into that later.
With that.
Yeah. So now about your Shoshone, we know also your priestly work that you do with the you can talk about that a little bit later. But I wanted to get into coming up. Did you research and find out about your Shoshone and Cherokee heritage? Is it something you just found out?
Did.
Or
what I researched in life, when I came up, my mother, she told us that we was from the tribe of Shoshone and Cherokee.
Okay, so then you didn't research it, you were told that.
I was told that, but later I did some more research and found out that, we was linked to the tribes and everything here in America.
Okay.
But my father, he's from the tribe of Yahweh, which is Yasha Allah, which is in English, Israel, which I also learned. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I came back up in Rabbi Bibman's days back in the 70s. I used to go to school back there. Later on, I found out after he died. I used to go to that school.
So you did your research. So that's how you found out that you were Shoshone, by doing your
Exactly,
research.
from my
And-
mother's side.
Okay. So now, when you found out, what age were you when you found that information
Oh, I was very
out?
young. I was a little kid because my mother, she used to speak to me in a language, Shoshone or Cherokee, and I didn't understand a word she was saying. But I would act like if I knew. I would say, yeah, yeah. And I'm saying, yeah. I'm just saying, yeah, you know. So it worked.
So your mother spoke Shoshone to you?
She spoke. Well,
Wow.
she used to speak, but I never understood what she was saying.
Really?
Yeah, because it was never translated. You know, she just was saying certain words. Those were words that she picked up from her father's side, her grandfather's side, and everything when she came up.
Wow.
Because they spoke those languages.
Yeah. So now, you also had, I think you told me, your other relatives that didn't speak, or relative that didn't speak. Was it your grandmother who didn't speak any English at all?
Oh, no, my grandmother, she spoke the language. You know, but what happened with my grandmother, she passed away when my mother was young, because what happened is that, see, back then they had to work, so when my mother was born, I think about 3 days after she gave birth, she had to go to work in the fields, and she caught a fever, and she died from, you know, a fever.
Oh, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
It happens.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So, did you ever learn to speak the language?
No, I learned to speak a lot of other language, a little bit of Spanish, you know, Puerto Rican French. Vous parlez français, n'est-ce pas? Oui, je parle, you know, quelle heure est-il? You know.
Nice.
You know, that, and, you know, coming up, but I never got around to speaking Shoshone or Cherokee. But I met a lot of Cherokee and Shoshone people in my life, I'll tell you that much. Yes, I did.
So, who is Cherokee in your family?
Cherokee in my family, me, my sister, my mother is, my father's, I'll tell you, he's Judah, Yahweh. So basically for my father, it was 6 of us that, you know, our parents' side. So out of 6 of us, you know, I'm the, it's my sister Marie, got Floyd, then I come next, then it's Kathy, and then it's Merce, and then I have Bill.
So you have some pictures here of your family.
Okay.
Would you like to talk about some of these pictures?
So this picture right here, I can hold up for TV. This is my great-grandfather. This is my mother's grandfather. Okay, it's Charlie Poe. Okay, he lived to be 103 years old in South Carolina, you know. And I have a certificate that came from the Department of Parks and Recreations, awards a certificate to Charlie Poe for being the oldest man at the time in Cherokee, South Carolina.
What year was this?
This was back in the year of 1976. Okay. And I had visited him down south. We talked. We had a good time, and he told us about everything which was going on, and like also.
What was his background?
His 103rd birthday here. His background, he was.
Was he on the
Cherokee-
Shoshone side?
He was
Oh,
Cherokee
side.
Indian.
Okay.
He was Cherokee. Okay. His wife was Shoshone Indian. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
That's where the Shoshone part come from.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he was
my
Cherokee.
grandmother, okay, this is my mother's mother. This is my grandmother right here. Okay, she's Cherokee Indian also. She spoke Shoshone too. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a picture of him.
And who is this?
Okay, this is a picture of me and my mother, so you can see the resemblance. You know, this is what I love. You can see the close resemblance. Yeah.
So this is your mother here,
That's my
and this
mother,
is your
that's my-
grandmother.
Matter of fact, this is the last time I saw my mother. It was about a week after that she passed away. Yeah, that's the last time I saw her.
Wow.
And she convinced me. She said, Albert, you know what you're good at? You're good at the karate, the martial arts. And she said, you're also good at photography. I would like to see you get back into photography. So that's why I got back into photography.
Really? Wow.
It's behind my mother. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And
Okay, as far as my going. Yeah.
yeah. So, and who is this?
That's my mother again. That's
your mother again.
right,
Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice. Okay. Interesting. So, now your father has a very interesting musical background. Can you tell the viewers about his music?
Absolutely, yeah. Matter of fact, he was like an icon to me in a sense. He played with the Local 802. I got his card here. And I played with his band. I played with Local 802. And I also played with NAMA, New Amsterdam's band. I played with two of his bands that he played in, and it was great because I played the clarinet. Because what happened is that, how I got into music, what happened is that in the year 2000, he died in 1999, but in the year 2000, I had his clarinet, and I said, well, let me pawn this clarinet because, I can use the money. So I went down and pawned the clarinet, and when I found out the price, I said, that much? And I said, never mind, I'm going to take it back home because it was they told me that the clarinet was handmade. It's a patty, it's a buffet. I said, oh my gosh. Handmade, pure silver. I said, I can't get it home. I went back and learned how to play it. Learned from the Mel Bay clarinets, and I also learned in Juilliard School. I had some instructors there too.
Wow.
And also, I keep that a low profile. And I learned how to play, and I learned how to play it on my own. Learned how to read music notes. Well, I was a percussion in high school. That's where I first learned how to read music. Okay. But when I learned the clarinet, I really learned how to read music. So I was playing the clarinet in the subway, Carnegie Hall in the area. I was playing in a lot of different places. I played in the Upper Room in New Jersey. I hit a lot of spots with the clarinet. I even played in for the Swiss Club when they had it on off Broadway and 8th Avenue. So I was playing on the Swiss Club for a lot. That was really good, and I had fun with that. Wow. So I like to play the music. I like to play Ain't Misbehaving, stuff like that, and I like to play jazz and modern music.
Nice.
So it's pretty good.
So your father was a big inspiration.
Yes, he was. And when I found out how much that clarinet was worth, I said, this ain't going no place. I'm going to learn how to play it. And I really did. They used to call me the clarinet player.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, and you still play?
I still play.
Nice.
They should have brought it to you. I could have played for you.
And you also have a background in hip-hop music, too.
Yes.
You were with some of the pioneers.
Yes, exactly. I played for a lot of, oh my gosh, wow. I can say I started with him. I started out in B&B, and I played at Roxy's, Roseland, Skate Key. I played in the Bronx, Brooklyn.
What year are we talking about?
We're talking about I started in 1974, but I really became a DJ in 1980. Okay. 1980, that's when I started playing in the club. 81, 82, 83, 84, and up. Okay. And I played with Red Alert, DJ Red Alert. I played with Dougie Fresh, Douglas Davis. Wow. And we hit the clubs together. We played. It's funny, when I used to go to the clubs, they used to pop up. There's one time we played for we played for the Skate Key, and we played for. It was a club I went into, and as soon as I walk in the door, I don't even know the people. They give me this envelope with money in it. And I say, what's this? That's your money. I said, I didn't even get on the turntables yet. Wow. But I tore the place up. I mean, it was a standing ovation. It was packed. And the parties that I used to give back in B&B, okay, I'll tell you how they got the name B&B. You'd be astonished. But B&B was the Harlem Karate Institute for black belts and bodybuilders. Oh, okay. That's how I got the name B&B. But what happened is that it was the only club at the time that people can sneak in for $2, so they started calling it bums and bitches. But it's the only decent club you can get in for that amount. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And I think you told me that during some of the times that you were playing, you ran into Tupac.
Yeah, I ran into Tupac. He used to, Tupac used to come in the door. This is astonishing because when he used to come in the B&B, and he said, oh man, I don't know how, we say, they would call me from the DJ booth. I would actually have to come out of the DJ booth off the stage, run to the door. I said, what is it? The guy wants to get in there. I look at him. He said, I said, how much you got? He said, I said, come on, let him in the door. So he would come in. So when he come in, he said,
hold on, before you say, I just want to cut you off. Make sure you don't curse because we're on TV, so I have to edit it out.
No, that's it. But what happened is that when he came inside, he said, hey, yo, Jive, let me get on the stage. I said, man, you too young to get on the stage. You can't rap. I didn't know he could rap.
How old was he at this
He
time?
could rap.
About how old was he?
Oh, we're talking about 1980, the early 80. He was young. He was a kid when he got in there, you could say, actually.
Okay.
But we let him in.
Yeah, so he had to have been like 11, 12 or something like that.
He was something in the 80s. Yeah. He came in there and we said, I said, get yourself in here. Just come on in. You know, and he came inside there, but you know, he said, yo, let me get on the mic. I said, you don't know how to rap. I didn't know. If I would have really knew I would have let him rap, you know.
So you didn't let him rap?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tupac.
Yeah. Dougie Fresh used to always come to my party and said, you know, come inside. I said, yeah, him, Red Alert. We had the big battle. Matter of fact, most of the parties that did with Red Alert, we had crowds going around the block. Police had to put barricades in front of the door, and it was so crowded because the place held an occupancy of 750 people, very big. And 2 people had to come out just to let 2 people in. That's how packed it was. Yeah.
Wow.
It was crowded.
So now you didn't tell the viewers what your DJ name was at that time.
I'm the original DJ Jive 5 from B&B. Okay, I was a house DJ for all of those years, you know. And like I had many records. I used to belong to FCD, Fun City Records. And we used to get a lot of records for parties, and I used to rate them. Matter of fact, I'm the first one who brought out the records, Set It Off.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
Get
it's
out of
funny,
here.
when I played in the Blue Room, guess what group was there? Jive 5. Now, I'm sitting next to the head guy from Jive 5, and he says, let me ask you a question. I got a question for you. Now, I didn't know he was from the group Jive 5. Okay. And he says, I need to know, are you DJ Jive 5, the Jive 5? What are you? I said, no. I'm DJ Jive 5. I said, the group, the Jive 5, that's one of my favorite doo-wop teams from the back there. I said, I love their records. He said, because I'm the owner of Jive. I said, I'm supposed you are the owner. I mean, it freaked me out that he was sitting right next to me. He said, no, everything, he said, cool. I just want to make sure we don't go to no copyrights, number one. Then, Eddie Rivera from IDRC ran over to B&B one night when I was spinning, and he said, yo, Jive. He says, I got to talk to you. I said, yeah, go ahead. What's the problem? He said, we was down at Arista Record, because Arista Record is changing the label to Jive 5 Records. And we don't want to get sued for copyrights because we know you DJ Jive 5. I said, if you want to call it Jive 5 Records, you can call it Jive 5 Records, no problem, because I'm DJ Jive 5, you know. And there's a group called The Jive 5. That's the original group. But I'm DJ Jive 5. You want to call it Jive 5 Records, that's a different name. He said, no, they're calling it Jive Records, so we don't mess with your copyrights. But what they put the music sign like the number 5. Okay. Check it out.
Wow. So it
was going to be Jive 5 Records. They just call it Jive Records.
Okay. Wow.
Because they had Arista Silverstein Records, and they had Tromba Records. They had all those labels in Jive Records. Yeah.
So you were DJ Jive 5. So
I remember when Barbara was the recording agency there, and she told me, and I mentioned to her, she said, I didn't know. She said, I didn't know it was you. I said, yeah, it was me. Yeah.
So DJ Jive 5, so you used to do the scratching and all that stuff,
I used to
back spinning.
Yeah, I used to do all that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I used to do that. We did it on wax. Now everything is modern. Now it's on, everything's digital.
Everything's digital now.
I like the digital. I love doing digital.
You used to have to bring all of those crates and.
I miss bringing the crates of records. I used to love bringing 3 or 4 crates of records to the club. You know, we had records already, but I really miss that because it was so fun. Because the difference between digital and records is the impedance. You see, because impedance is what was drawing the crowds there. Because your clothes go like this with the bass, you can feel it. And they're like addicting because the sound addicts you right into the studio. So that's why we was always packed, because we had one of the best sound systems. We had a whole crown system there, and it was fantastic sound. Now he lost over $3 million system in that place. It was really huge.
Wow.
Yeah, lights, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different time. Remember those days with the crates and
he
all
lost
of
his
that.
school in 2005. Yeah.
So now, your career as a martial artist?
My career as a martial artist before Dr. Professor Ernest Hyman died, before the doctor died, he promoted me to 7th-degree professor. So I'm a professor in the martial arts. I've been studying since I was 11. And like how I got into the martial arts, that's your next question, right? I can figure it out.
Yep.
Would you believe it was a girl who got me into the martial arts?
Really?
Her name was Beverly Colbert.
Okay.
We was in the same school. We was 11 years old.
You wanted to
so I don't
impress
feel
her.
bad because I was a kid.
You want to impress her? You want to say, look what I can do.
No. I wasn't a martial arts yet.
No.
She was in martial arts.
Okay.
And she came up to me. She said, why don't you join a karate school? And I said, karate don't work. It's no good. Because back in the days, I used to practice Jerome Mackey's. You know what I'm saying? So that was like whack. So I didn't have no faith in it because I didn't think it worked. She said, listen, why don't you beat me then? I said, I'll knock your head off. She said, why don't you fight me right now? I said, I'm not going to fight you right now because she's a girl. So she said, when do you want to fight me? You want to fight me? I said, yeah, I'll fight you. She said, when are you going to fight me? I said, tomorrow. Because that was a Friday and tomorrow's Saturday. I figured I'd watch the cartoons and everybody forget. I'll go down, sign it, and I'll play and everything be cool. So what happened is that she said, you're going to fight me for real? And if I win, you're going to come to karate school? I said, yeah. She said, she said, if I lose, will I come to karate school? And I said, yeah. It's because I ain't figure I was going to lose, right? I figured I was going to knock her head off. So she came up the next day, I was watching, they had the Bill Cosby show on, you know, the cartoons, the Bill Cosby, Fat Albert and all
Fat
that
Albert in the game.
And that caught me off guard. So I'm watching the cartoons, and all of a sudden it finished and it's 3 o'clock. I said, time to go downstairs. Now I completely forgot about fighting. I come downstairs, there's a crowd of people out there.
Oh, shoot.
Everybody around the block is in the neighborhood. I said, why is so many people out here? And I totally forgot about it. I wasn't thinking about it. She's a girl. So I come outside and I see all my friends and everybody say, why is everybody there? This little girl jump out from nowhere. She say, hi, I heard you're going to fight Beverly today. And I'm looking like this. Yeah, where is she? And she's hiding behind another girl. She said, here I am. I said, oh, so I'm cool. She said, you ready to fight me now? I said, yeah. I said, okay. She said, come and fight me. And the worst thing I did was put up my hands. I said, come on. So I put up my hands. And I came, she said, come on, let me see what you got. So I went, woo, woo. And she's ducking, weave. Next thing, boom, boom, boom. Flip my butt down, bang. Had a fist right to my face. She said, you want some more? I said, no. She said, you coming to karate practice? I said, yeah.
Wow.
So I came to the karate school, so I figured I wasn't going to join the school. I just wanted to go there because I kept my word. But I go there, and I'm sitting down to be like a spectator. So my teacher told everybody, line up. So I'm sitting down. And
was this Ernest Hyman?
Ernest Hyman. Now, I'm the only one sitting down. This was in junior high school 45. So I'm the only one who's sitting down in the bleachers. There's nobody there, just me. Everybody, the whole class is online. So Ernest comes in, he say, what you doing sitting down? I said, I come to watch a class. He said, you ain't come to watch no class. He said, get the heck on the line. So ever since that day, I've been in martial arts practice.
Wow. I
won the world championship twice in Gleason's Arena and in Apollo Theater. Okay.
Wow, Apollo.
Yes, Apollo Theater. Yeah. Aaron Banks World Organization, the world, competition, world, Oriental World of Self-Defense. That's what it was called.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you have trophies and.
Man, I had over 283 trophies. I gave most of them away to my students because I ain't had no use for them. Wow. So I just gave them away. I said, "You doing good today? Here's one for you. Here's one for you." So I awarded them with, I had too many trophies.
Wow.
You don't need that many trophies,
Wow, that's very interesting,
And one thing I wind up being, go ahead.
So the martial arts school that you trained in, that we trained in, that school is the same school that they shot the movie The Last Dragon. Talk about that.
That is correct. With Timac in The Last Dragon, or Barry Gordy production. What happened is that they paid us money for that. When Ernest did, he bought the van, but I was the one who was driving the van the most. I was driving everybody, Houdini, Pebbly Pooh, Queen Latifah. I was driving them back in the early days.
Really?
Yeah, to the club, because they gave shows there, and I was driving, them back to Brooklyn or wherever they lived at the time, and it was good. So the thing with The Last Dragon, when they filmed it in the back room, because that's where they did the dojo scene from. with Show Enough and everything. So that's the first time I got my little choreograph in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what happened is that the producer came out, and he said, the director, he came out and he says, "We having a problem with the scene." I said, "Yeah, we was in the room looking at it on the monitor, because we had a closed circuit TV monitor, so we could see it in the back. That's where they just started that. I think that's the first one that started that, basically. So we could see it on the monitor from shooting in the back.
Okay.
So I said, the scene, so when he came, I said, "Yo, the scene looks so phony. It's not good enough." He said, "What it needs? What it needs?" I said, "It's no recoil in there. You're kicking him, and he's not. It's no jerk after you get hit. Pow! You know, it's no recoil. So he needs a recoil, and he needs to flip over and turn over like if he got hit.
Okay.
You know, make it dramatized."
Yeah.
So they spruced it up a little bit. They made it the best they can. That was my scene.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
It was a comedy.
Who's the master? Show Enough.
Yeah, matter of fact,
Shogun of Harlem.
the writer was there, and I asked the writer, I said, "How did you get to the idea of making a movie like this?" He said, "Well, this is what I did." He said, "I was sitting down one day, I said, why don't I make Chinese act black, Italians act this way, and Negroes act like they Chinese or Italians,
Wow.
and mix it up in the film," and that's how he came up with the idea.
That's deep. That's deep. That's definitely The Last Dragon is one of my favorite movies, you know, of all times, for sure. You know, I remember when it came out, you know. Barry Gordon.
Yeah, we had a
did his
good time
thing.
on the set. The hardest thing about the set, though, what people didn't know is the kids. The kids was running all over the place. Okay, it was like cowboys and Indians.
Wow. Man, I tell you, boy, this is
But everybody had a beautiful time. There's a lot of, the food was fantastic.
yeah.
The set was good. I mean, they had a lot of wires going to the place, and the place was huge because we had occupancy of what is it?
I hate to break your wisdom, but they're giving us the signal now.
Okay.
So unfortunately, we have to close out. But for people who want to contact you, how do they contact you?
Okay, if you wish to contact me, you know, Manatazach Mayam, you can contact me at manatazachmayam@gmail.com. I'll spell it for you. That's lowercase MANATAZACHMAYA and another M as in Mary @gmail.com.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, folks, man, it's when you're having fun, you know, it's comes to an end, you know, well, at least for now, you know. But it's been a pleasure, and I'm glad you all were here to join us. And until the next time, do da da, gong hong yi.
Don da da.